Saturday Night Live. Won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about
Wizards.
Oh, it's Wizard, Annie. It's Wizard.
God, I hate that so much.
Well, no, this isn't a Star Wars.
No, it is not.
A movie about Star Wars lingo. It is one of Ralph Bakshi's first movies, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, technically, it was his fourth movie, but yeah, it was early on, and definitely his first fantasy movie.
Yes, Ralph Bakshi is. It's like a love-hate with him.
He's fascinating.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
I really like his Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That was kind of my, I loved the Lord of the Rings as a kid. I was obsessed with the books. Read The Hobbit, and I also loved the animated Hobbit and the animated Lord of the Rings, which were both very different. Like the Lord of the Rings used a ton of rotoscoping, like he did in this movie.
Yeah. Well, it was because of this movie that he got Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. It does make sense. And look, this movie's weird.
It is. I was not prepared for the level of weirdness in this movie.
It is really weird. It is definitely a 70s movie. It's got that pacing. And it's funny to see Ralph Bakshi, his version of a Quote's family film.
Was this supposed to be a family movie?
I think it was supposed to be like his more accessible movie after making all those.
Yeah, that's true. Because he did. I mean, because everything before was very adult.
Well, it was these, X-rated cartoons like Fritz the Cat and all these like. Have you ever seen his other stuff? Have you seen Fritz the Cat?
No, I've not seen anything of. I mean, this is the earliest of his stuff I've seen.
And then there's that one, I forget the name of it. It's a very racially tinged title.
We'll talk about it. We'll get there. Yeah,
because that is whoa, baby. I mean, a white guy probably shouldn't have made that film.
Well, he did on purpose.
Yes,
like that was the. Yeah.
No, I get it. His stuff is very raw. It's it's very challenging at times. He's made some brilliant stuff, but he's also made some really weird
out there stuff. Was it Wizards?
Yeah, Wizards. Wizards is pretty weird.
The part of me was like, as soon as the narration started, I was like, well, I want to see that part of the movie.
Yeah.
There was so much narration, and I get it. I mean, obviously he was working on a very tight schedule and very tight budget. But there were so many things that I was like, well, I want to see that happening. I want to see this animated.
I think with more money, it would have been a much better film because they wouldn't have needed all the narration and they would have needed all those storyboardy.
Yeah, which I mean, they were all. I'm pretty sure he did all those.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, we can't animate this, so we're just going to use the storyboards.
Yeah. Which whatever, it was fine, but it's a weird mix of Dungeons and Dragons-y kind of going on a quest. But the dwarf, he talks,
Peter Falk.
Yeah. Well, no, not that.
That's Avatar. Black Wolf. You're talking about Black Wolf.
Yeah, the guy's just like, hey,
I'm a 5,000-year-old wizard.
I'm an old elf, I got a sword. I'm gonna come protect you.
You're talking about Weehawken. Weehawken.
Is that was his name?
Not the wizard guy?
No, not
Weehawken. Yeah,
that
the
guy.
Third wheel.
The
with
guy that came
Avatar and his very busty girlfriend.
Yeah, he's 100 years younger than him.
100, probably 4,000 years younger than him.
Yeah.
None of that really made any sense, by the way. The time didn't really make any sense.
No, because at the end, she's like, he still has 1,000 years left.
It didn't. Again, though, whatever. I mean, doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Well, there wasn't a lot of chemistry between the wizard and the maiden.
It was weird.
I honestly thought that she was going to get together with the little
Weehawken.
New York with Weehawken. Yeah.
Weehawk. Yeah.
Damone.
Yeah. Tony.
I'm the Middle Earth Damone.
Well, he couldn't because he went to star on Who's the Boss?
Yeah. He's like, hey, I can get you concert tickets, wizard.
I heard you want to see Billy Joel.
You want to see the Billy Joel in Jersey? I can get it for you. Get $5. Give me $5.
He did seem very modern, like modern being our modern. Because that's the thing, is that I love the fact I've always had a thing for fantasy that is really the Earth, but like, a million years in the future.
Right.
Like we've destroyed ourselves, and then, so this movie should be right up my alley.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that makes it weird, is it's not some Middle Earth fantasy like Lord of the Rings. It's actually a post-apocalyptic, Earth that
never learned from its mistakes.
Those goddamn Nazis, they put their feet in everything. It's always coming back.
If you weren't aware of where it was, when Hitler shows up, you know.
Even now, I mean, come on, man.
It was a little shocking when they did the giant shot of Black Wolf's throne room, and he's just on top of a giant swastika.
Yes, that was a little jarring. Like, okay,
like, what?
Okay, but it is a fascinating movie. There's no way around it. It is a fascinating movie. I mean, I know that you don't know if you like it or not.
Yeah.
I get that. I like it, but begrudgingly, I think.
Well, this is the thing. I don't dislike it. I just don't know if I actually would ever watch it again or not. But it's been about a day since we watched it, and I've been thinking about it more, and I can't stop thinking about it, so it left an impression.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sign of a good movie, It's, like I said, anything that I make, I would want people to either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody in the middle. Because if
nobody just kind of, whatever, it's there.
Then it's mediocre. Then you just made something mediocre.
Yeah.
But, if it elicits some sort of guttural response,
Right.
good or bad, it means you did your job.
Yeah.
You affected people emotionally. And this movie is just, it is so weird. And it is hard to follow. I would like to see it again.
Well, there's not really a plot. I mean, it really is just a guy. A good guy needs to go kill his brother, bad guy.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Yes.
And that's the whole bulk of it for 90 minutes.
It's funny. I just watched that Ninja 2.
Oh, did you? The Chinese movie that made $4 billion.
It is spectacular.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it is one of the most amazing animated feats I've seen. Like, the animation is insane.
Yeah. Cool.
And the story's really good, too, but it is basically the same story as Wizards, just told with millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
But it has that same kind of, like, you got to go get your bro. It's family struggles. And this is like, it's so lackadaisical, this movie, Wizards.
Yeah.
Like, they just are hanging out, smoking his cigar with his toes, drinking his wine, and they're just kind of like, okay, guess we need to go stop this Nazi lover.
Yeah, and then literally the main good guy is like, you guys go ahead, I'm gonna go back to bed. It's like, what?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks. Like, no, there was no sense of urgency at all for anything.
No, and that was kind of weird. And
that's probably my biggest complaint in the movie, is that there just wasn't really a sense of urgency.
Well, the pacing is a little weird. The motivations are a little weird because it doesn't seem like they had the biggest problem with the Nazi stuff.
Well, I mean, granted, they didn't know what the Nazi stuff actually was.
Sure.
They just knew how the emotion it evoked.
Right.
And that it was bad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like from what I could tell, they didn't have like history books that were like, Hitler made the Nazis and they were bad.
Well, they had plenty of footage.
I mean, they worshipped like Coke machines and stuff. I mean,
yeah. Okay. It's just weird. But I also like fantasy movies that are like technology versus nature.
Yeah.
And this was definitely technology versus nature.
Kind of technology versus magic kind of thing.
Hippy dippy, little dippy doo.
Yeah.
But it's just, and the bad guy was really good.
He looks great. He had a great design. I loved the bone arms. Is so creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was also like the animation. It was kind of anime-like in the way that the characters seem like they're from different movies, kind of.
Yeah. Agreed.
With the main wizard with his bulb, his round nose and his
he's very comic strippy.
Well, he looked like Captain Caveman or any of those kind of Saturday morning cartoons. I'm sure that was by design. that he kind of wanted to make a family-friendly character.
Yeah, that's true.
But then the elf looked completely different. And then, the woman fairy
Eleanor?
with her big boobs and nipples popping.
That's why you're like, it's a family movie.
But that's his version, man.
Yeah, I know.
The boobs are covered. They're not popping out.
They never came out. That's true. There was only little naked tiny fairies. Just, and you barely saw any of them.
Yeah. But it was... It's a good thing that we started the month, I think, with this movie, because I don't know if this is... I would consider it adult, necessarily, because it wasn't... I mean, it's violent in the... I wouldn't show my kids this, probably, if they were young.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what's Hitler?
Well,
come down to my basement. I'll show you.
Let me tell you. Oh, wow. Okay.
I have all of my memorabilia.
I am so glad you do not have children.
Yes. It's like, it'd be like apt pupil.
Yeah.
No.
The worst reference ever. We can't even talk about it. You want to talk about adult? Okay.
Oh, my goodness. All right. For the record, I'm against Nazism.
Okay.
I do not like Hitler.
Well, I got to be honest, that was one of the things about this movie that I really liked because of who Ralph Bakshi is and how he grew up and his history, his ancestry.
Yes.
Like, it was just the fact, I liked the idea that their biggest weapon was a projector that caused people to essentially freeze up because of the insanity that these images were causing.
Yeah.
And that was fascinating because that literally was how, the Nazis kept power for so long.
The propaganda, yeah.
It was and just being like, we're going to rule by fear.
Right.
Like, you don't do everything right, otherwise you're going to die.
And the constant presence of Hitler.
Yeah,
and, it's strange parallels. But
but I mean, it's interesting. I just have never seen... I've never seen emotion like this being used as a weapon.
Right.
And I think it was really interesting.
Well, it was also interesting, the names were interesting. Because the name of the robot character, wasn't his name Peace?
Necron. Well, he started as Necron 99, but then he got named Peace.
And then he was named Peace.
Because the Avatar won him over, I guess, from being an evil assassin to...
But he was always fighting it.
He was.
And that was interesting, too, because you have like a spy in your midst that you know is a spy. And, but he's not the one that ends up being the spy.
Right.
It ends up being a big surprise for the person that, decides to...
But it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault.
It never is, isn't it? It's never their fault. That sounded awful. But
that was because that was a whole other aspect that I feel like he could have. I think with more money, he would have explored more of Peace always being connected to the evil wizard,
right?
And like constantly fighting that, which they showed a little bit, when he came out as that big weird cloud, and then he had to fight it and all that. But I feel like that might have been delved into deeper if he had more money and more time.
I do think this film suffered from. I do feel this film suffered from a lack of budget, and I think if he did have everything that he wanted to make this movie, it would have been more, I don't know,
a little more cohesive.
Yeah, a little cogent.
Yeah, and again, it's not that it's not
right.
It's just like it definitely felt like he just kind of threw everything at the wall.
Well, he had a big story to tell.
He did,
and he didn't have big story money.
Right? Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
And I think it ultimately is a success. I don't think it's as good as it could be, but I think it's as good as it can be.
Yeah. There is a very good kernel there that could have been a really fantastic movie.
It would have been a classic, yeah.
But we got this, and it was good. I mean, I think I'm leaning more towards liking it as we talk about it. So
a movie that you need to process over time definitely is worth a watch, whether you end up liking it or not, because it is occupying your brain.
Yeah.
It did something. Yeah. To you. Something. Maybe it was all the Nazism. It's just nice to see Hitler in sepia for a change.
Yeah.
It's always black and white, but the sepia gives him a warmer tone.
Yeah. I felt like I could have him over for coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Hitler. Misunderstood. Good Lord. Well, let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. Take yourself back to 1977.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, well, we're going to be discussing Star Wars quite a bit during this episode.
Do-do-do-do.
February 3rd, in northern Japan, a blizzard piles snow on rooftops, causing many to collapse, killing at least 31 people.
Good Lord.
Yay. February 4th, 11 CTA commuters are killed when an elevated train derails from the loop in central Chicago, United States.
Weird. Are these all because of Hitler?
Yeah.
Okay.
February 7th, the Soviet Union launches Soyuz 24 to dock with the Salyut 5 space station.
Way to go. Some good news.
And then February 9th, Wizards is released in theaters.
Wizards!
Yeah. So Wizards comes from the mind of writer and director Ralph Bakshi. Bakshi was born in Mandatory Palestine in 1938, which became Israel in 1948.
Ooh.
I had no idea what Mandatory Palestine was. It was the British-occupied Palestine, which they called Mandatory Palestine.
It's very British sounding.
I don't know why.
But because it's mandatory.
Yeah, but so then after the war and all the horrors of the Holocaust came out, and they were like, okay, here's some land for you, and still dealing with it today.
I thought everything was fine.
Yep.
I thought nobody had a problem with it.
Give it another couple of years, and there won't be any Palestinians, and then everything will be fine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, politics.
Yeah. The next year, his family moved to Brooklyn, because that's what you do.
Well, it's the Palestine of the United States.
They lived in a low-rent apartment, and Bakshi became fascinated with urban life. In 1947, at the age of 9, Bakshi moved with his family to the Foggy Bottom neighborhood in Washington, D.C. Foggy Bottom is a historically black neighborhood, and Bakshi was the only white kid in his area.
Foggy Bottom. I did not know there was a place called Foggy Bottom.
I didn't either. I have learned so much about things from this episode already.
This Foggy Bottom is like where frogs live and stuff and cartoons.
I have heard of Foggy Bottom in a political sense.
I've had a Foggy Bottom.
Okay, well, I had a Foggy Bottom this morning. But I didn't know it was an area of D.C. I just thought it was like a term or something. That
or like a swamp or something, you know?
Yeah. Or some kind of drink, maybe.
Yeah. I have a Foggy Bottom.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised
Or
if
a
it was.
sex act.
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
got to give you the old Foggy Bottom.
So the white school that he was supposed to go to was several miles away, so Bakshi asked if he could just attend the black school with his friends.
Nice.
His mother approved, and off he went. Unfortunately, while there, a teacher was concerned, so they asked the principal for advice, who then called the police, afraid that a riot would ensue if white society found out that a white Jewish kid was attending a black school.
This principal is deranged.
Yeah. The police actually showed up and then removed Bakshi from the school.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It's absolute, it's reverse integration.
Yeah.
It's the absolute reverse of it. Kid comes into a school, gets yanked out.
Well, and the thing is that he was just there with his friends.
Yeah.
Like, it was all the kids he lived around, and he was like, I just want to hang out with them.
Yes. He just wanted to go to school with the neighborhood kids that he plays with and stuff.
It's like, it's not like my fault. I just live here. Like,
Mother has no problem with it?
Yeah. It just, everybody else did, apparently.
Well, it was in the 40s?
Yeah, this was for like 47.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
I know. Very different time.
It wasn't a very good time for African Americans.
No, it was not. So shortly after all that kerfuffle, his family moved back to Brooklyn, and they rarely spoke of their time in Foggy Bottom.
No, don't you speak of Foggy Bottom. That is a disgrace to our family. Foggy Bottom. No. Words don't come out of your mouth. Write a movie about it and animate it.
So Bakshi took up cartooning at the age of 15, didn't really care about school. After participating in a food fight and being caught smoking outside of school, he was transferred to the School of Industrial Art in Manhattan.
Okay.
Well, this was the thing, is that I think a teacher or a couple teachers saw that he was really more into the art.
Right.
And they go, okay, obviously you're just going to be a nuisance here, so let's send you in stoke this love of art.
Well, see, that's awesome, man, because now it's like, well, we're just going to put you in jail.
Yeah.
Or a trade school, or like the dum-dum school. We're not going to see that you have artistic talent and put you in the art school.
Right.
At least they had the foresight to do something good and foster his creativity rather than crushing it.
Right. No, I agree.
Different times.
After graduating, a friend recommended him to work at Teen Toons, where he was hired as a cell polisher, making sure that no dirt was left on the cells.
Nice. I want that job.
So I'm sure he was paid like $0.05 a day.
Well, you could buy a house on a nickel
that's
a
true,
day.
Actually. That's true.
Your mortgage is like 10 cents a month.
Bakshi wasn't quiet about his want to become an animator, and the guys working at Teen Toons helped him out as much as they could.
Nice. So he wasn't obnoxious about it.
No, he had a lot of drive, and I think that they saw this. And he was super young, and it was like, you always want to be the guy that's helping the kid that's, excited about it. After all his coworkers were helping him, all the animators decided to help him. He just moved his desk next to the animators and asked for things to animate.
Nice.
Literally just moved in and said, I'm going to animate now. And so they did. They gave him stuff to animate. And shortly after, he was promoted to director.
Oh, wow.
In 1966, he was asked to help carry presentation boards to a pitch meeting at CBS. When all the planned ideas were shot down by the CBS execs, Bakshi just improv'd a story idea about a group of heroes called the Mighty Heroes, featuring Strong Man, Tornado Man, Rope Man, Cuckoo Man, and Diaper Man.
Ooh, Diaper Man. They fought evil wherever they could, and the villains were stupider than they were.
Which is the best way to sell a show. Nice. The execs absolutely loved it, and Bakshi was immediately put on developing the show at Teen Toons.
Well, look, they could sell diapers and tornadoes and rope.
Yeah.
Cuckoo clocks.
Cuckoo clocks, yeah. It aired during the Mighty Mouse Playhouse on CBS.
Ooh, Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was like a 7-minute, 8-minute cartoon that nice. They would. It was lumped in with another group of Mighty Mouse stuff and all that.
Well, yeah, I mean those type of cartoon shows, Mighty Mouse, Bugs Bunny, whatever. They had a lot of sub cartoons too that were different characters.
Yeah, you'd throw 5 different things together.
Yeah,
and then you had an hour of content. In 1967, he drew up presentation pieces for a fantasy series called T-Wit. While on the way, he was in a car accident where he actually met his second wife at the auto body shop.
Ooh.
Yeah. Apparently he was married before, and it did not go well.
Yeah, she crashed his car.
No, he admitted that he was the worst husband and that he shouldn't have gotten married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's self-aware.
Yeah. CBS would pass on T-Wit, but the idea for the series would eventually become the feature Wizards 10 years later.
Wizards!
In 1968, Bakshi founded Bakshi Productions.
Clever.
His own studio. Bakshi Productions paid its employees higher salaries than other studios and expanded opportunities for female and minority animators.
He sounds like a good dude.
Yeah. When he was at that art school, his main teacher was an African-American guy who was a very famous whose name I did not write down, but a very famous African-American animator, was one of the groundbreaking black animators.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, he also grew up in a black neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, from birth, he was exposed to different cultures and different socioeconomic, layers, and he probably...
I don't think he saw sex or skin color. He was just like, you're good at what you do. Let's do it.
We had a strong mom.
Yeah.
Look, guy was raised in a way that made him open to others.
Yeah, exactly.
Very rare at that time.
It is. At some point, Bakshi found Robert Crumb's Fritz the Cat and thought it would make a good feature. Crumb, though, was not down for the idea, but his wife Dana had power of attorney and granted Bakshi Productions the rights to make a feature.
Did you ever see that documentary about Art Crumb?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, my God. You have to see it. It is so fascinating. He is so... Not only him, but his family at the time. I think they're all dead now. But, his brother was one of those guys that swallowed the tape thing, went all the way through, and he pulled it through.
Through the butt?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was one of those kind of yogi dudes.
Oh, weird.
And,
okay.
But Crumb is quite a character. Quite a character.
I know he's weird. I feel like I maybe have seen it, but if I did, it was a long time ago.
It's, if you have not, or if you don't remember, it is 100% worth seeing.
Okay.
Because it's fascinating. And I had a huge talent crush on him. He was my bridge from kid comics, because I was I was into comics, but I was mostly into Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
It was my big thing. And then about the time, and we talked about this before, but about the time that, you're growing out of comics, that was when there were new comics coming out. And of course, Crumb wasn't new, but when I went to college, I discovered the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers.
Right.
And a lot of his stuff, and Zippy the Pinhead, and all these weird underground comics, and it changed my life, man. I mean... Especially as a young stoner, Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers was like a revelation.
Yeah. See, because his wife ended up selling the rights to Ralph Bakshi, Crumb was openly hostile to Bakshi and the film.
Of course, because that's the kind of dick he is.
He is. Fritz the Cat was given an X rating, and the distribution studio used the rating to promote the film as
90 minutes of violence, excitement, and sex. He's X-rated and animated.
I mean, they did. They latched onto it and said, okay.
Well, it's not X-rated. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not, pornographic.
I mean, it was X-rated because they gave it an X rating.
But you know what I'm saying. It's like X-rated the same way that Midnight Cowboy is X-rated.
Well, it's just around the time when they first started doing the X ratings, and they were just willy-nilly X ratings for everything.
Well, anything with excessive sex was X because, violence was fine, but sex, we're a very puritanical society.
Oh, yeah.
Coming from the Puritans.
Yeah.
But sex has always been a problem. And so there was a lot of cartoony, humpy sex.
Oh, yeah.
Very exuberant cartoon sex. And it freaked a lot of people out.
Yeah. Fritz Cat was made for $700,000, but the movie made over $90 million at the box office, becoming the most successful independent animated feature of all time.
Yeah, that X rating was a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, we got to see this dirty cartoon.
I have to go see. How dirty can it be?
Pretty dirty.
Pretty dirty.
But not as dirty as you think.
Bakshi now became known as the dirty animated movie guy. He developed his second feature, Heavy Traffic, A Tale of Inner City Street Life.
That's really good.
I've never seen Heavy Traffic. I think it's available on like Tubi or something, or Amazon Prime.
It's not, but it really good means it's very of the time.
Yeah.
He got the quote quotes ghetto life.
Yeah.
He did it really well. Like he understood the pockets of America that most people didn't know about or didn't care about.
Right.
He was really good at conveying urban stories.
Right. It was released in 1973 with an X rating and actually turned a small profit for the studio. Bakshi's third feature, Coonskin, did not go over well with critics and was pulled from theaters relatively quickly.
Yeah, that was tough. That one is a tough, especially for a little white boy. That was a tough watch.
Apparently it had a whole other title and he changed it at the very last second. I think he was just trying to not necessarily be offensive, but like...
He was trying, because it's not a racist movie.
No.
It's not race, but it is a very challenging movie.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of racism in it, and there's a lot of, it's not an easy movie to watch.
No. To make a change and spur his imagination, Bakshi then turned to fantasy films, looking to Teewit for inspiration. Bakshi intended to prove that he could produce a quote-unquote family picture that had the same impact as his adult-oriented films.
Okay.
He called this new film War Wizards, and from a script that he wrote in 2 weeks, 20th Century Fox agreed to fund the picture.
Maybe should take it another week.
Maybe do a second pass?
Nope.
Maybe?
Nope. This is my 2-week Tarly.
So they cast Bob Holt as Avatar, an old but powerful wizard.
Yeah.
Holt's first feature film was Julius Caesar in 1950, starring Charlton Heston. He didn't have a ton of on-screen credits, but started voice acting in 1968. This is long, sorry. Some of the shows that Holt voiced include...
The Pink Panther, Uncle Sam Magoo, Dr. Doolittle, The Barclays, Tijuana Toads, The Hound Cats, News to Review, Bailey's Comets, The Addams Family, Sheriff Hoot Kloot, The Great Ape Show, Fabulous Funnies, Yogi's Space Race, The Scooby-Doo Show, Tarzan and the Super 7, Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels, The Incredible Hulk Super Friends, The Dukes, The Smurfs, Shirt Tales, Rubik the Amazing Cube, Lucky Luke, Snorks, Challenge of the GoBots, and Dungeons and Dragons. Can't believe they made a Rubik's Cube animated show.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that. It's like, how exciting can that be?
This is like my childhood right here.
Yeah. Holt also voiced a bunch of characters in Dr. Seuss TV specials, including The Lorax in 1972, Dr. Seuss on the Loose in 1973, The Hoober Bloob Highway in 1975.
One of my favorite titles ever.
And The Grinch's The Cat in the Hat in 1982.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, I did too.
Got the two big stars together.
Yeah. It's like Freddy versus Jason.
It is. It was the Dr. Seuss version.
Bakshi hired him for Wizards specifically because he could imitate Peter Falk, one of Bakshi's favorite actors.
Yeah, it was great when he's like, look, just one more thing. Have you seen my wand? I've lost my wand.
It is so Peter Falk. Sadly, Holt died of a heart attack on August 2nd, 1985 in Van Nuys at the age of 56.
That's a running scary thing in this episode because somebody else is 56.
Yeah.
And feeling a little like he's going to die.
Okay. All right. Jesse Wells was cast as Eleanor, a fiery fairy and Avatar's love interest.
Oh, yeah.
With permanently erect nipples.
Well, it's cold in the...
She's literally wearing, like, silk.
Yes. It's chilly in the...
Wispy, yeah.
post-apocalyptic wastelands.
I love that when they get transported to the snow, and she's like, "Oh, I'm cold," and he gives her a big coat, but neither of them wearing shoes or socks.
They're like hobbits, man. They don't need
Whatever
stuff.
yeah.
They have tough feet, hobbit feet.
Wells' feature film debut was in 1971 with The Return of Count Yorga, a vampire horror that also featured the film debut of Craig T. Nelson.
I have seen this movie.
Have you?
Yes, because of my talent crush on Craig T. Nelson. I don't remember it. I love the title.
The poster is really cool looking, so part of me is like, hey, I need to see it. She worked with Bakshi on Coonskin in 1974, providing a couple of voices. After Wizards, she had a recurring role on Husbands, Wives, and Lovers, appearing in 10 episodes. Wells also had 3 guest leads on 3 episodes of The Rockford Files between 1975 and 1979.
Yes, I do remember her from that.
She appeared on 9 episodes of Soap as a prostitute that falls for Ted Wass's Danny in the 4th season.
Yes!
Wells also had a main role in Oh, Madeline in 1983, starring Madeline Kahn, appearing in all 18 episodes. I think she played her sister, if I remember correctly.
Yes, she did. She's beautiful.
Yeah. For the next few years, she made guest appearances on T.J. Hooker, Family Ties, Fame, Hunter, and Newhart. After her appearance on Newhart in 1988, she retired from acting.
Oh.
She is now a mixed media artist, having had shows all over Southern California.
Good for her. I'm glad she's still going strong.
Yeah. Richard Romanus was cast as Weehawk, an elf warrior. The name Romanus might sound familiar, as he's the older brother of Robert Romanus, who played Mike Damone on Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You're going to get them tickets? I got you 2 for Ozzy Osbourne.
That's why he sounded like he was selling you stuff in New Jersey.
It's going to be $20. You gotta pay me. I can't give you the tickets if you don't give me the money. Give a wizard.
If you really want to see them together, the only time they acted together was in an episode of MacGyver in 1985, playing brothers.
Nice.
Yeah. One of Richard's early films was Mean Streets in 1973, directed by Martin Scorsese. In 1981, Richard appeared in all 10 episodes of the short-lived TV adaptation of Foul Play, starring Barry Bostwick and Mary Jo Catlett.
Totally forgot there was a horrible TV show.
There
based on that
was.
awesome
It was
movie.
not good.
Listen to our Foul Play episode.
That same year, he would voice Harry Canyon in Heavy Metal, which we will talk about more next week.
Yeah. Harry Canyon.
Yeah. Also in 1981, Romanus appeared in all 20 episodes of Strike Force, the police procedural starring Robert Stack.
If you saw a picture of him, he is a staple of the... I mean, he was in everything.
He's one of those faces that you're just like, okay, it's that guy.
He's a lot older than his brother, I think.
He's like 7 years older.
Yeah, he just seems... Because he just seemed like he was always a man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
Damone was
Well, I
always
think-
kind of a boy.
I think they came up at the same time, and that
Yeah.
was it. Is that I think Damone or Robert was like 18 when he made it big, and I think that Richard was like in his 20s, late 20s.
Yeah, well, he was born in 43, so...
Yeah, so yeah, he would have been in his...
He was almost 40 when Damone was doing Fast Times.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He must have been at least 10 years older.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Weird. Maybe he was a mistake baby.
Yeah, the younger Damone was a mistake baby.
Just like me.
He's had a very long career. His last TV appearances playing Richard LaPena on 4 episodes of The Sopranos from 1999 to 2002.
He's really good on that. He has that, definitely has that mob guy look to him. That's why he was in Mean Streets.
Yeah, no, he looks like he should be in the,
He's got a little bit of that going on with him.
He's going to be the guy in the background while, the Godfather's talking about something.
Tony, what are you doing? You're breaking my balls, Tony. I can't give you the money. You okay? You got to give me another week, Tony.
I'm
not going to do it.
Sorry, I was playing a clip.
No, sorry. Yeah, you were. Sorry. In 1999, he co-wrote the Christmas film If You Believe, along with his wife, Anthea Silbert, which was nominated by the Writers Guild of America TV Award for Original Long Form.
Nice.
Yeah. His wife was an Oscar-nominated costume designer, being nominated for Chinatown in 1974, but lost to The Great Gatsby.
That's like 6 1/2 dozen.
I know. They're both amazing.
Right, but this exact same, time period.
Yeah. And she was also nominated in 1977 for Julia, but lost to Star Wars.
No shame there.
Yeah. His last feature in credit was in Young Black Stallion in 2003. He moved to Greece, where his wife was originally from, so he could focus on writing. In 2011, he published his memoirs, Act 3, and his first novel, Chrysalis. And sadly, he passed away on December 23rd, 2023, at the age of 80.
Oh.
He essentially retired and then for the last 20 years of his life lived in Greece and just wrote.
Not too shabs.
That's awesome.
He was great. He was a very solid character actor. Didn't he play? Oh, he played. He played Dr. Melfi's husband on The Sopranos.
Yes.
He played the husband of
because it
Lorraine
was
Bracco.
Yes. It was, sorry, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, because he wasn't, the 4 episodes he was in was over like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
He just showed up once in a while.
Yeah, no, he was great, but he played Lorraine Bracco's husband.
Great ways of talking too, you know. I like guys that talk like this. Hey, Adam, I'm gonna do the show like this.
No,
I'm
no.
gonna the moan for the rest of the show.
No, you're not.
Okay.
David Proval was cast as Necron 99/Peace, Black Wolf's former minion.
Ooh.
The robot. Technically, he's a robot.
That's exactly where they got Bender from, by the way. Bender is a non-red version. I mean, everything down to the antenna and the little, the
eyes, You
just put eyes in that visor thing.
I am sure that Wizards impacted the David X. Cohen. Is that his name? The guy who created Futurama?
Well, it was wasn't it created by Matt Groening?
David X. Cohen and
Matt Groening.
Matt Groening,
Yeah. I could totally see Matt Groening must have loved Bakshi.
Oh, yeah.
Must have.
Yeah. Proval is much more recognizable face than most of the voice actors in Wizards. In fact, he only did voices in Wizards and Hey Good Lookin' in 1982, Bakshi's next film.
Hey Good Lookin'.
Proval made his feature film debut in Mean Streets in 1973. He had appeared in a ton of movies and TV shows, but is most notable in The Monster Squad in 1987.
Yeah, he's totally recognizable.
Vice versa in 1988, UHF in 1989, and The Shawshank Redemption in 1994. If you see his picture, you will know exactly who he is.
Yeah, I mean, the guy, he was another guy that was everywhere.
Yeah, he's probably best known for playing Richie April in The Sopranos over 10 episodes.
Yeah. No, I mean, and you 100% would recognize him from seeing him.
Yeah.
A lot of guys from The Sopranos.
Yeah. He well, it would make sense. I mean,
David Simon must be a Wizards fan.
Possibly.
It's Wizard. He kept saying that on
The Sopranos is really just a remake of Wizards.
Basically. I mean, I'm gonna write a paper about that.
Proval most recently can be seen in an episode of Diddleville, a weird live action show starring Bai Ling. I literally could not figure out what the show was.
Okay.
It's very odd.
Bai Ling is very odd.
Yes. He's 83 and he's still working. He's still doing stuff.
Good. I'm glad he didn't die at 56.
Yeah. Steve Gravers is Black Wolf, Avatar's evil twin brother.
Ooh.
Gravers mostly played bit parts on TV and in films starting in the early 50s. He was 6'6.5", so he's mostly known for his hulking stature. Gravers is one of the only actors to appear on both shows called I Spy, a half-hour anthology series hosted/narrated in character by Raymond Massey as Anton the Spy Master that ran from 1955 to 1956.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the other I Spy, which was the insanely popular hour-long spy action thriller that ran from 1965 to 1968.
With Cosby and Cole.
Yeah. I Spy.
Put it in your drink.
His final appearance was in an episode of Charlie's Angels in 1978. Sadly, he died from lung cancer on August 22nd, 1978, at the age of 56.
Here we go. There's a running gag in this one.
It's 2 for 2. James Connell was cast as the president, the leader, and Eleanor's father. Did not know that was Eleanor's father.
Yeah, neither did I.
Connell was a TV actor appearing in
The Andy Griffith Show, Gidget, The Wild Wild West, Occasional Wife, The Good Guys, Bonanza, Get Smart, That Girl, The Red Skeleton Hour, The Partridge Family, Thicker Than Water, The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, Donnie and Marie, Faraday and Company, and The Carol Burnett Show. Listen to our Carol Burnett Show.
Yeah. There you go. Connell was only in one other film, The Picasso Summer, starring Albert Finney in 1969.
Okay.
Shortly after an appearance in Chico and the Man in 1977, he retired from acting at the age of 32.
Hey, man. He's done.
Yeah. He passed away on December 18th, 2021 from unknown causes at the age of 76. And what he did for those 30-plus years in between, I have no idea. I cannot find any information.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
You know?
I could not figure out why he stopped acting.
Well, maybe because he looked like that.
Yeah, he wasn't. He looked like he came out of like a
He looked like he came out of Flubber.
Like he should have been in like some of those beach movies.
Yeah, or like some weird scientist in a Disney movie making Flubber or the computer or tennis shoes.
I mean, whatever he did, he lived a good life.
Good for him. And look, man, this business is not for everybody.
No. I'll never begrudge anybody for not wanting to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's shitty and it's difficult. And if you're a working actor, even if you're getting parts, unless you're getting steady work, you're not making enough to get your insurance. You're not making enough. You know, it's a tough business.
It is. Mark Hamill.
Even when you get in it.
Yeah. No, you can be in it for 10 years and be very successful, and then suddenly there's nothing's happening.
Yeah, like that homeless Disney kid. You see him?
No.
There's some kid, he was in some show.
Was it Drake or Josh from Drake and Josh?
Maybe. I don't know who this kid is. This weird little kid. But apparently, he's got some serious effing issues because one of his co-stars got him a hotel room. This is all in the last, week or so.
Oh, wow.
And he trashed the hotel room.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, his mom's like, you can't help him.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know. But, it was just a super gross, TikTok video I saw where this guy's like, hey, you're from whatever. And he's homeless. And he's just like, yeah, man. And he's definitely disturbed. Guy's like, hold on. And he pulls out this big wad of money that he puts in front of the camera and is counting through it, and then pulls out one $20 bill from this wad and gives it to him. And it's just like, you're a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
You're exploiting this poor kid.
Yeah, it's awful. Mark Hamill was cast as Sean, son of the king of the mountain fairies and captain of the guards.
I knew that was him.
This is his film debut. Made it around the same time that George Lucas cast him in Star Wars as Luke Skywalker.
It's so funny to hear him when he's young and he's got that high voice.
Yeah, I love that he's in the movie for 2 minutes and then gets murdered. Hamill was actually working fairly steadily at this point in his career, but still struggled for work, much like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
George Lucas actually suggested he audition for Wizards, as he was a big fan of Bakshi's and Hamill needed the work.
Nice.
This wasn't the first voice acting that Hamill performed. He appeared in 8 episodes of the new Scooby-Doo movies between 1972 and 1973.
Ooh, playing Scrappy-Doo.
He also had a recurring character on the Saturday morning cartoon Genie in 1973, appearing in 16 episodes.
That was such a they took all sitcoms and made them into cartoons. And this was based on I Dream of Jeannie, but they were teenage genies.
Oh.
It was and it was just weird, man.
Look, man, the one thing I know for certain is that Hollywood does not have imagination.
No, but you know who did? The people that had to do these crappy shows, because they were always pretty entertaining.
They were fun.
Every 70s cartoon was exactly the same. They all had the Scooby-Doo formula. There was always some anthropomorphic animal, whether it was a shark like Jabberjaw, or Scooby-Doo, or a buggy,
or a
dune buggy, or a big grape ape, and they all went around solving crimes or doing something.
Honestly, Hamill was actually doing really well before being cast in Star Wars. Along with a recurring role on General Hospital, he made appearances in 19 shows and in 5 TV movies.
Ooh.
Then, of course, Star Wars made him one of the most famous people alive.
Yeah.
His most recent live-action appearance was in The Long Walk, released in 2025. He is also in the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, which was released late 2025.
He's also in The Life of Chuck, playing Chuck's grandfather. Yeah. Oh. He and Mia Sara are the grandparents of Chuck. He's really good.
He's got 5 projects coming up. I think the one that will be heard next is he's going to do a voice in an episode of Invincible.
He is an amazing voice actor. His Joker is probably the most iconic Joker of all. Yeah. So cool that he has had a resurgence in his career. His third act is wonderful. His second act was just... he was too famous for being Luke Skywalker. Yeah. All I could get was one of my favorite things that he did was when he played himself on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And Homer became his bodyguard. And he's like, Homer, carry me out. Anyway, but he got the short shrift. Once he was really well known for being a voice actor because of Batman, the animated series and such. But since the new Star Wars crappy trilogy, he's really come back in front of the camera, which is great to see.
Yeah. Did you see I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, where they had him go out and stand in front of his star and nobody recognized him? And to the point where he literally had a button up on over a shirt, and then eventually he pulled the shirt open and it was a picture of him saying, "I am Mark Hamill," and people still didn't think he was Mark Hamill.
That's crazy. Because he's old.
One person got on the phone, was like, he was like, "Can you take a picture with me?" And she was like, "Okay." And then like she was like on the phone with her brother or something, and he was like, "That is Mark Hamill. That is Mark Hamill." And she's like, "I don't think so," and like walks away.
What a good dude for doing that too,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, he's so fun.
Just quickly, one of my favorite things was, I think it was Adam Scott. He was a huge Star Wars fan, and he invited, when he was a little kid, he invited Mark Hamill to his birthday party.
Right.
Wrote him a letter and was like, sure he was going to come. He's like, why wouldn't he come? I'm a big fan. And he didn't show up, and he was really disappointed, and it ruined his party. And then he wasn't a guest on the show or anything, but I think it was Jimmy Kimmel brought out Mark Hamill.
Yeah, well, he told that story, and then Mark Hamill came out and surprised
I'm so
him.
sorry I missed your party. I was on my way there.
Adam Scott fanboyed so hard.
Oh my God, the genuine reaction from him was beautiful.
It was so great.
It was so funny. I love when famous people fanboy out or fangirl out over other famous people, just showing that they're actually human beings and not soulless.
I actually got to meet Mark Hamill after a screening of Sushi Girl.
Oh wow!
I was working at the sales agency, and we went to a screening of it to get distribution.
Yeah.
And he was there. Like, he talked to the cast. He was at USC. He talked to everybody afterwards, but he did like a little meet and greet.
Oh, nice!
He's a super nice guy. Just super polite.
Love to meet him. Yeah. If you're listening, Mark, come on the show.
Susan Tyrrell was cast as the narrator, although she was uncredited.
Yeah, and then she started Tyrell Industries. She gave us replicants, man.
There you go. Tyrell has appeared on Broadway and in some TV episodes, but she made her feature film debut in 1971 in 2 movies released on the same day. The Steagle, starring Richard Benjamin. And if you're wondering what a Steagle is, it was the name of the combination of the Steelers and the Eagles during the 1943 season. But the movie is about a guy's personality change during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. Please make it make sense.
Weird.
I think it's about adaptation or something. But apparently, for real, in 1943, there weren't enough players to play a full NFL season. So they combined teams together
in 43.
In 1943, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what a lot of them were fighting, and so they literally had the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. They just combined teams and then played other people.
Steagle.
It's just so weird. Something I just never knew, and it's super weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Could have called them the Eaglers.
That would have worked too. So the other movie that came out on the same day that she premiered in was Been Down So Long It Looks Like Up to Me, starring Barry Primus as a free-thinking student who tries to put up with life at a straight-laced college in 1958.
I hate long titles like that so much.
Yeah. The next year, she was in Fat City, directed by John Huston, earning Tyrell a nomination for Best Supporting Actress, but she lost to Eileen Heckart for Butterflies Are Free.
It's a really good movie.
Fat City is a great movie. Yeah.
So is Butterflies Are Free.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's Goldie Hawn.
Oh, okay.
She's like a neighbor to this blind dude, and they fall in love or whatever. It was based on a play.
Okay.
I did scenes from that. I didn't actually do the play, but
but you did scenes from it?
From it, yeah.
Interesting. In 1970,
I played blind.
You played blind?
Yeah, I like this.
You were the blind? Yeah. But you could actually see?
Yeah, I was pretending.
It's acting. You're good at it. It's good acting. Yeah.
I'm a good pretender.
The blindness translates well on an oral medium.
It does. People all sense that I was blind.
Yeah. In 1976, Tyrell was in The Killer Inside Me, starring Stacy Keach, based on the Jim Thompson novel.
I don't know if I've seen that adaptation.
I have definitely not seen that. I didn't even know it existed until just now.
I love Stacy Keach.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was phenomenal in it. I love that novel, so
me too.
Have to find it. In the early 60s, Tyrell had moved to New York City and associated with the New York Freaks, which included a bunch of Andy Warhol people. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
In 1977, she appeared in Andy Warhol's Bad, the last movie Warhol produced before his death in 1987. Bakshi was a big fan of Tyrell and wanted a woman to narrate the film. Tyrell agreed to do it, but only if she would be uncredited.
Weird.
Yeah. Later, Tyrell told Bakshi that she regrets not being credited because her voice role in Wizards got her a lot of other work.
Okay.
People would bring it up to her when they were casting her, of like, I loved your voiceover in Wizards.
How did you know I was uncredited?
I changed my voice.
I wasn't supposed to know. She does have a great voice.
She does. In the mid-1970s, Tyrell had a 2-year relationship with actor Hervé Villechaize.
Stop playing.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Stop
Right.
playing.
And she shared a home with him in the Laurel Canyon area of Los Angeles.
What are you doing?
It's just amazing to me because I didn't know. It's the first time I've heard a relationship with Hervé.
Hervé Villechaize was a monster. He was a drunken little monster. He was. He was just such an unhappy little guy.
She was a weird. Susan Tyrrell was a very weird woman. Yeah. I can't believe it lasted 2 years.
Well, she kept losing him.
Yeah.
She kept wanting to break up with him, but she couldn't find him because he's so little.
There's Hervé and the dumbwaiter again.
I fell between the floorboards again.
Where is he?
In 1980, she appeared in The Forbidden Zone, the cult weirdo classic from Richard Elfman.
Oh, yeah, baby.
It's such a weird movie.
It's great.
It's not as weird as this movie. Nah, that's not true.
That's not. It's pretty weird.
It's pretty weird. She appeared as Aunt Cheryl in 1981 in Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, which I only include because it is my favorite title of all time.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, we've talked about it like 8 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 1983, she appeared in Fire and Ice, so tune into that episode at the end of the month to get more on Susan Tyrrell.
I am so curious to see that movie because I do not remember liking it.
I want to say I've only seen like part of it. I don't think I've seen the whole thing. So.
I was a Bakshi head, baby. I mean, I was huge into Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah.
So, like, I would watch anything that he did. I think the last thing was, didn't he do that Brad Pitt movie?
He did. Cool World. Yeah.
Cool World.
Which we'll talk more about in Fire and Ice. I'll include all the stuff that he did after.
Disappointment.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything since then. No features, I should say.
He effed up.
Yeah.
He effed up. That movie was bad. He effed it up.
He wanted. Anyway, we'll talk about it at the end of the month. During production, Bakshi realized that the budget that Fox had given him wouldn't be enough to finish the battle sequences for the film. He sat in a meeting with Fox execs and asked for a budget increase, and they said no.
No!
George Lucas was sitting in the same meeting, also asking for a budget increase for Star Wars.
I know that you said no to Bakshi, but I'm gonna need a little bit more money for Star Wars.
No!
Yeah, again, they said no.
Damn it.
Both Lucas and Bakshi decided to finish the films out of their own pocket. In fact, I think the execs didn't even just say no. They said, if you guys really believe in these movies, pay for it yourself.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They regretted that, baby.
Yeah.
With Lucas, they did.
Yeah. For the battle sequences, Bakshi realized he didn't need to animate all the sequences. He would just rotoscope over old films. Bakshi said,
I thought that if we dropped all the detail, it would look very artistic and very beautiful, and I felt, why bother animating all of this? I'm looking for a way to get realism into my film and get real emotion.
Yeah, in addition to stock footage, the film used battle sequences from films such as Zulu, El Cid, Battle of the Bulge, Patton, and Alexander Nevsky for rotoscoping.
Yeah, it was weird because it was kind of half-finished, it seemed.
Well, I think that was the whole like Shadow Warriors or whatever, so I think that it was intentional. But it was kind of weird, and I got to be honest, it was a little jarring compared to the fact that, you know, Avatar was this bulbous-nosed comic strip character, and then there were dudes that were essentially people murdering everyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the same thing with Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah, but I mean, in this it actually made sense because the whole projector thing, and like I assume that they were coming out of the projector and actually murdering people and like all that stuff. Okay. I mean, that's the impression I got.
I just thought that they had all the gear that they found. Yeah, I didn't.
I think they did too, but there was like planes and bombing. They definitely bombed stuff. So I don't know. I mean, again, it's all kind of muddled.
You need to have Mr. Bakshi on the program.
Yeah. As War Wizards neared completion, Lucas requested that Bakshi change the title of the film to Wizards in order to avoid conflict with Star Wars, and Bakshi agreed because Lucas had allowed Mark Hamill to take time off from Star Wars in order to record a voice for Wizards.
Okay, listen. If you take war out of your movie, when I make a very unpopular prequel series to this movie, I will make Wizard the exclamation of joy.
Okay.
Oh,
deal. You got a deal.
You got a deal.
Hey, you're so wizard.
It's a long bet, but I will take it.
And Lucas is a man of his word.
It's so wizard, Annie.
That's a wizard, Annie.
God, I hated those movies. Okay,
I love them.
Despite only being released in limited theaters, Wizards did well where it was screened and gained an international audience. It would end up gaining $9 million in a worldwide box office against a $2 million budget.
Not bad.
Reviews were mixed to mostly positive. Gene Siskel gave the film 2.5 stars out of 4 and wrote that
Ralph Bakshi's Wizards, although good-looking, isn't magical enough. Although it's a futuristic fairy tale, it frequently interrupts its narrative with contemporary jokes. The jokes remind us we're watching a movie, while calling into question the sincerity of the film itself. I am a happy, deeply, deeply unhappy man.
Yeah, he pretty much could add that at the end of all his articles.
Well, I don't agree with him.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. I mean, because I think even without contemporary jokes, it's pretty apparent we're watching a movie.
And it's also, look, you're acting like this took place in the past, dum-dum.
Yeah.
This takes place in the future. So
contemporary jokes could happen.
Colloquialisms are throughout history,
Yep.
and they come back sometimes, so you can eat a butt.
Eat a butt.
Gene.
Ken Whitman's company, Wit Publications, published the tabletop role-playing game Ralph Bakshi's Wizards in 1992.
Nice.
Bakshi stated in the 2004 DVD commentary that he always intended for Wizards to be a trilogy.
Oh, nice.
The sequel, Wizards 2, involved the relationship between Avatar and Eleanor. Bakshi said the plot would be,
Where the relationship doesn't work out, and Weehawk gets in the way.
the sequel.
There's a clip from it. Hey, how's your relationship, guys? Doing okay? Hey, I'm just coming here to hang out. You said I could come anytime. I'm just coming here to hang out. What do you mean? Why are you looking at me that way, huh? Avatar, what? I'm just not going after your lady. She's popping them nips at me. What do you want? What do you want?
The sequel was never developed due to production difficulties and the other projects on which Bakshi was then focused.
Yes.
It was actually pitched to Fox, but they rejected the proposal.
Oh.
In late 2004, a Wizards 2 graphic novel went into production, produced by Bakshi.
Ooh.
The stories were to be from the Wizards universe, and each story would be created by a different artist.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. In September 2008, it was announced that Main Street Pictures would collaborate with Bakshi on a sequel to Wizards.
Wait, did the graphic novel ever get
happened,
released?
yeah.
It got released?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the sequel, the Main Street Pictures collaboration, never happened. In 2015, Bakshi stated that he had a script finished and hoped to have it be his next film. In a November interview while promoting Last Days of Coney Island, Bakshi stated that Wizards 2 is about
Madness. Absolute madness.
there's been no development since then. It's been over 10 years, and I don't think it's happening.
I'm surprised he's still alive. How old is he? 87 years old. 87 years young. He still looks great.
Yeah, so that's Wizards. I had a hard time finding this movie. It'll pop up on streaming every once in a while.
Yeah.
It might be available on Tubi or something. Or I think that if you ever do the streaming services through the library, like there's a few streaming services you can get through your library card. I'm pretty sure it's on those. So you can check it out. The movie's super weird.
Really weird, but definitely worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing.
I mean, I feel like if you had any interest in anything we talked about during this last hour, then you should check it out.
Well, look, Ralph Bakshi he's a genius, but he's a difficult watch sometimes.
Yeah.
But he definitely, everything that he does is interesting. You know, even the failures are spectacular failures because they're coming from a place of art. He's not just some, Walt Disney trying to make films for everybody. His films are only for basically him.
I think this is what surprised me the most is that I wasn't expecting it to be as experimental art as it was.
Yes.
And that surprised me. And like most experimental art, it took a little bit of contemplation and sinking in to really understand.
Yeah.
And I'm still, processing and figuring it out. But
it's one of those movies that when you're watching it, you're like, what am I watching? And then when you're done, you're like, what did I just watch?
When we finished it, I literally thought this was going to be another movie that I just hated.
Really?
Yeah, like up there with
Hot Pursuit?
Hot Pursuit. Like, I was just like, what the hell was that? But the more I thought about it and the more I'm thinking about the images and stuff, they stayed with me.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
It's like I said, the story of brothers and good versus evil, and it's a tired tale that's basically the first tale ever told was probably You know, there's Cain and Abel. There's good and evil brother. You know, it's been around since Bible Town.
Yeah.
But
since Bible Town?
Bible Town.
Oh, Bible Towns.
Bible Town.
Bible Town.
That's my favorite amusement park. Bible Town. But it always fascinates me when somebody can take kind of a tired story or a tired trope and make it into something that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Look, man, I have never seen a post-apocalyptic movie with fairies and gnomes and magical people and Hitler. You know, Hitler is a huge part of this. And it's fascinating to me that after thousands of years, they dig up Hitler and he has the same horrible influence on the world that he did back in his day. You know, it's like
evil's evil.
Evil is evil, and the evil of Hitler endures.
Yeah.
There are still Hitler-loving Nazis in America. There are Hitler-loving Nazis everywhere. It's weird how this horrible man, this cult of personality, this microphallist speed addict, you know, somehow has become the symbol of white supremacy when he's just a short little one bald tiny dicked weirdo.
Yeah, I also found out recently that Hitler was extremely lazy.
Oh, yeah.
He never got up before noon. He slept like 14 or 15 hours a day.
Because he was doing so many drugs, man.
That was his thing, is that he was just like, whatever.
I'm sure he crashed out for days. You can't do speed constantly and have a normal life. You know?
The point of all of this is that I'm really glad we started with this movie in our Teen Toons month. Because it really isn't. It is adult, but like I feel like a teenager could watch this and be influenced.
I think a teenager would be fairly bored. I think
probably
this is like grad students, college kids who are going to make more of this than it actually is. Like I can imagine in '77 coming out of a screening with some guys, you know, from Princeton. And, you know, they go for coffee afterwards, and you're sitting at the table next to them listening to the pretentious talk about, oh, it was really quite fascinating to have Hitler in the fantasy genre, you know. So I think it was made for them. But, yeah, I mean, look, there's nothing in it. I mean, look, yes, there's lots of violence and lots of really frightening imagery.
Yeah.
But really, it's only PG or PG-13.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an R-rated movie. And it is, for Bakshi, it's one of his tamer films. Fire and Ice is probably, I would say Fire and Ice is probably his most accessible or quoties Hollywood film.
More blockbuster, like big.
Yeah, because it was like them giving,
fantasy,
I mean, we'll talk about it, but it's like them like, okay, let's give Bakshi a shot. Let's give him his Star Wars or whatever. And it wasn't a success, but it was, you know, like everything that he does, success or failure, is spectacular.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even Cool World.
Yes. Well, look, the guy does animation unlike anybody else.
Yeah, that is very true.
And he's the rotoscoping, a lot of the stuff that he did was groundbreaking and other people weren't doing it.
Right.
And his stories are always interesting and challenging, man. Coonskin is challenging. Fritz the Cat is challenging, you know? There's even the Lord of the Rings, you know? It sucks because he didn't get to do the other movies that he wanted to do, and we're just kind of left with this one.
Yeah.
But the Lord of the Rings cartoon was the very first VHS I ever rented.
Oh, wow.
And when we first got our VCR, and we went to the DVD shop,
VHS?
We went to the tape rental store.
The Blockbuster.
No, it wasn't Blockbuster. This is before Blockbuster.
Family Video.
This is just a mom and pop shop.
Some guy out of his back of his truck.
No, but it was, you know, they had specialty shops.
Sure.
Before the chains
I know.
and everything.
I know.
And so I remember, the memory of walking into that video store, the smell of all of the boxes, you know, that kind of plasticky, awesome smell. And then looking at the boxes of all of these movies and just being like, oh my God, there's all these movies. And then being the Lord of the Rings fanatic that I was, I'm like, oh, I got to see this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's Bakshi. So you know, he's been a part of my life from from a very young age.
Right, right.
And after seeing that, then I watched everything that he did. And it's really cool because I haven't seen any of his work in a long time. And from being such a big fan to just kind of forgetting about him, this is going to be a really fun month for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll be back next week. We're going to covering my favorite of the month, heavy metal.
Well, this isn't my favorite of the month.
Well, I'm just saying is that maybe one of the others will be your favorite of the month.
Probably not. It's probably going to be heavy metal. I mean, I love heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
Heavy Metal Magazine, we'll talk about it next week, but it was like Heavy Metal Magazine was a revelation to me.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Finding out that there were comics, like I said, we're the first generation that had our nerdy, childish glop grow with us. Mm-hmm. Whether it was video games or comic books or, monster movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, even, for a lot of people, dolls, action figures or whatever.
Yeah,
there's all those companies that are making these super hyper realistic, Star Wars dolls or Avatar dolls or whatever. The things that are incredible that I would have murdered my parents to have as a child. It's we never let go. Gen X is the generation that never let go of our childish things. We never put away our childish things and became men and women. We became a hybrid. And I think that's why we're the greatest generation.
Okay. All right, we'll be back next week.
Hey, look, Avatar, you're going to have to, hey, let me sharpen my sword for a second because it's getting really dull and I got to use the kisses.
The Great Ape Show. Is it the Great Ape Show or the Grape Ape Show?
Great Ape Show.
So there was two different?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
In 1981, Richard appeared in all 10 episodes of the short-lived TV adaptation. In 1981, Richard appeared in all 10 episodes of the short-lived TV. Wow. TB. In 1981, Richard appeared in all 10 episodes of the short-lived TV. I can't say TV for some reason.
You can say television.
I'm going to say television. I don't know what to do here. I'm losing my mind. It's going to be the longest bloop ever.
Occasional Wife. The Good... That's weird.
It's such a weird name for a show.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Moonlighting. Already in progress.